Hi, you're on Maximus, your channel where you can grow and maximize your potential to greatness. Make believe I'm giving you a hug. I'm Max Orleans and welcome to the channel. Would you agree with me? Life is full of uncertainties. There are a lot you and I don't know. And we hate not knowing. We hate not knowing when we move from point A to point B, what will happen to us. Rather, our situation will be better or worse. We know it's imminent. It's a matter of when things happen, and changes happening every day in our life. But every time those changes happen and we develop a sense of fear and we paralyze, we rather stay in place. And we know if we're not moving, it's no such thing as staying in place. We are falling behind. We are old news. Let's take the story of Joseph in the Bible. A very fascinating story. God blessed Joseph with dreams and the interpretation of those dreams. And through those dreams, he revealed to Joseph that one day he'll be in position of power to a point that his brothers and his parents will bow before him. But what was unknown to Joseph was the journey, what he had to endure, what he had to go through to be in that position, how he will be almost killed. How he will be almost killed by his brothers, how he will be sold into slavery, how he will be falsely accused and be in prison for years. Because if he had known all this, humanly speaking, he would have said to God, "Thank you very much, I'll pass. I'm satisfied. My parents love me. And I'm okay. I'm doing very well. I can have success just staying where I am right now." But he did not know. God chose not to reveal this part. God showed him the ending, but it did not reveal the journey. How many times that we know where we're gonna be, but we don't know what we have to go through all this? Because if we know the journey, the ups and downs, those downs will discourage us, and then most likely we would have said no. And we would have stopped, and we would have never known the progress, the success that's on the other side. So what this tells us? It tells us one thing. As curious as we are, as much as we love to know all our moves, all our steps from A to Z, what's going to happen after A, after B, after C, and what's happened next and next afterwards, as much as we love to know those things, sometimes it is best not knowing than knowing, because the information that we'll know about ourselves, the journey can be frightening, can be scarier, to a point that it will be a lot more beneficial for us not to know than if we actually had known the information. Because fear of the unknown here, the best way to face it heads on, we need to ask ourselves one question. What would we rather be? Would we rather fail, or would we rather live in regrets? Because if we fail, there's a possibility that we can learn from our mistakes and carry on and continue. But living with regret, sometimes that we have to face the reality that it may not be, we may never have chance to do it ever again. It may be too late for us. That's living with regret. And that's what we have to ask ourselves to overcome fear of the unknown. We have to embrace failure. But failure is a lot easier said than done, because failure is disappointment. Failure is embarrassment because people will laugh at you. Failure is loneliness because nobody wants to associate with quote unquote losers, because to their eyes you'll be you'll be seen as being a loser. Because failure, to embrace that, you have to accept that you will be alone by yourself, but you have to be self-motivated to continue despite the laughter, despite that the embarrassment, despite the loneliness. You need to continue to carry on. To embrace failure, it also means to have courage. You gotta have heart. You gotta be built a certain way to be able to get up every time you fall or fail. You fall, you get right up. Not anybody can do that. Oh no, only a courageous person can actually do that. But wait a minute, can you be courageous and have fear at the same time? What do you think? Is it possible? Absolutely. Here's a quote from Nelson Mandela. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. See, my friends, what matters is not fear itself. What matters is actually conquering that fear. Once that fear is conquered, then you are a conqueror, which means that you had overcome. You embrace fear, you overcome it, and now you can experience success. But in order to experience success, you must first have to embrace failure, because if failure is not embraced, then you'll be in one place. You'll be stagnant. So forget about the unknown, and remember, the unknown sometimes can be just as beneficial as having the knowledge of what's happening to you. Embrace failure, overcome, and be a conqueror. In a nutshell, that's all I want to share with you. This is my take on how to overcome fear of the unknown. This is something that we all can relate to. So please share down below if there's other possible ways that you will approach this topic, that you will overcome fear of the unknown. Please let us know down below. And also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please join us. Subscribe to this channel, help this channel to grow, and like our video, comments down below. And I thank you, and I'm honored that you watched this video all the way through. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.